NewYork.gov.
More than 40 million Americans can stand to benefit from this relief, and about 90% of that relief is going to go to people making less than $75,000 a year.
The program allows for $10,000 in federal student debt cancellation for people with incomes below $125,000 a year, or $250,000 for couples. Federal Pell Grants recipients can be forgiven an additional $10,000. There's the House Oversight Committee. The Trump organization overcharged the Secret Service to stay at its hotel. CBS's Scott McFarland has details.
For 4 years, according to the committee, including for several months after Trump left office, the Secret Service made 669 payments to the Trump organization, totaling more than $1.4 million.
Eric Trump, one of the former president's sons, issued a statement saying that services provided to the Secret Service were offered at cost, discounted, or free. The federal government is weighing in on the sentencing of former President Trump's chief strategist this week.
Steve Bannon should spend 6 months behind bars and pay a $200,000 fine for criminal contempt of Congress. That's according to a Justice Department sentencing memo filed in court. A jury convicted Bannon on 2 counts in July for defying a subpoena from the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. Prosecutors alleged Bannon engaged in a sustained bad faith contempt of Congress and tried to enlist Congress to pressure DOJ to drop the case. Bannon's attorneys recommended no jail time, just probation, pending future appeal. Bannon's sentencing is set for Friday. Rob Legary, CBS News, Washington.
A gruesome discovery in Oklahoma. The bodies of 4 men who were last seen riding their bicycles last week were found over the week. Okmulgee Police Chief Joe Prentice spoke of the conditions of the victims when they were discovered.
Although the official cause and manner of death is still pending, each victim suffered gunshot wounds. All 4 bodies were dismembered before being placed in the river, and that is what caused difficulty in determining identity.
Police are looking for a man. Officers interviewed him, but now he is missing. 4 people got stabbed, and one of the victims died in Long Beach in a string of incidents that investigators believe could be connected. Brandon Fahey with Long Beach Police tells KNX how it all started.
Earlier today, at approximately 5:35 a.m., officers responded to the 1100 block of Atlantic Avenue regarding a report of a stabbing, and upon arrival, officers located a female little victim suffering from stabbings to the upper body. The Long Beach Fire Department responded to the scene, transported the victim to a local hospital where she succumbed to her injuries. And detectives are also investigating 2 separate non-incidents with similar circumstances that also occurred this morning.
A man believed to be homeless who had a knife was arrested at the scene of the third stabbing. The 3 other victims in the stabbing spree suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police, while not yet concluding that one man is responsible for all the attacks, did say there's no longer a threat to public safety. 11:35. Let's get a check of your traffic on the 5s. Here's Tony Cabos.
Well, we got a lot of Caltrans work in Orange County. We're going to start with that 405, which is where both of these closures are. We've now got a full closure in Westminster, the 405 freeway. Southbound from Springdale to Westminster. Yes, he will be diverted off the freeway, and that backup starts right past Valley View. So you're going to be a little bit delayed through that area. And then it opens up once you get back on the freeway, only to find another closure in Costa Mesa, the southbound 405 from Fairview to the 73. Caltrans doing some bridge work. Expect that to open back up about elsewhere. You might see some Caltrans crews working in Anaheim. This is on the 91 freeway heading eastbound at Kramer. They had some sand barrels to fix. Those were causing an immediate hazard to the roadway, so they may be working on those now. Got a closure of the northbound 710 transition to the eastbound 91 in Long Beach, and another closure that's causing some backup is in Sherman Oaks in the Valley, the northbound 405 to the north 101. They're working on that transition. If you've got a tip for us, we've got a tip line. The KNX Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line, 323-467-1070. Next report at 11:45 from the Irvine Auto Center, 24-hour traffic center.
We are even warmer for Wednesday before we cool down late in the week. Right now, 68 in Lake Elsinore. It is 62 in Huntington Beach and 64 in Whittier at 11:37.
We love lazy Sunday mornings in bed. The paper, fresh coffee.
I make the coffee.
When it's time to buy a new mattress, we wanted to choose a selection.
And we found it at Sleep World.
Now, Sunday mornings are more comfortable than ever.
Although, I still like the coffee.
Find your mattress story at Mancini's Sleep World and get a free adjustable base with select mattresses. Save big on our huge selection of Orthopedic, Stearns & Foster, Beauty Rest, and more. Come into any of our Bay Area stores or visit sleepworld.com.
What physician doesn't want to spend more time with patients and less time on paperwork? Join the One Medical Seniors team in Phoenix or Tucson and go all in for better primary care. We've partnered with Iora Primary Care to transform senior healthcare with a focus on meaningful time with patients and our own technology to simplify the work. You'll work in an integrated care team with no productivity pressures. Visit onemedical.com/careers to learn more and to apply.
Ew. Stuck in a cycle of rewashing your clothes? Ugh. Because you can't remove Tao's laundry odor? Ugh. When detergent by itself can't cut it, use new Downy Rinse and Refresh. With a breakthrough odor-removing formula, it removes odors in wash, better than the leading value detergent in 3 washes.
It's 11:38 on KNX. 22 days until the midterm elections, and the latest CBS News YouGov Battleground Tracker shows Republicans are likely to take back control in the House of Representatives. A lot of that has to do with inflation and other factors.
Part of this is reasoning back from results. They're in power. I'm feeling a pinch. It must have fun. And then the other part is expectations. Like they feel like the Biden administration could be doing more, even if it's not the only thing they think is responsible.
Anthony Salvato, the director of elections and surveys for CBS News, he says the latest Battleground Tracker shows Republicans are likely to take a 224 to 211 advantage over the Democrats. Almost any television you buy these days is a smart TV, and as we hear from Christine, experts warn there's a good chance that it spies on you.
Smart TVs connect to the internet, making it easy for you to stream things like Netflix or Hulu. But keep in mind that internet connection allows your TV to know and share an awful lot of information about you.
It'll know what shows you're watching, how long you're watching them, what time of day you're watching them.
Jim Wilcox is a senior electronics editor at Consumer Reports.
If your TV has voice activation, which, a lot of the smart TVs now do, they'll collect voice data. There's also something called targeted advertising that will target you specifically for advertising purposes.
Wilcox says information can also be collected for your TV's manufacturer, including your location and which apps you open. Chris Seaton's KNX News 97.1 FM.
DC Comics' newest movie is almost here, but a local film critic says it's going to be tough to compete in a crowded superhero landscape. Black Adam is ready to rock.
His powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage.
But all the film really has going for it is the star power of Dwayne Johnson, says LA-based film critic Scott Mantz. Never mind the world-dominating heroes of rival Marvel's empire. Mantz says Black Adam struggles to stand out among its DC cohorts.
It's not as good as Wonder Woman. It's not as good as The Batman, which came out back in March. But it's pretty solid. And I think if you like Dwayne Johnson, the movie's projected to make about $50 to $60 million at the box office, which is on the lower end of what these movies typically open with. But for an October movie, an October superhero film, it's pretty solid. I would recommend it.
Mantz notes Black Adam was supposed to be a supporting character in Shazam, but Johnson lobbied hard to get his own film. Move over, Michael Myers, another horror film. Reactions in theaters.
He's more dangerous.
Halloween Ends may have topped the weekend box office, but it's the low-budget horror flick called Terrifier 2 that's now going viral.
Please welcome Art the Clown.
It's about a killer clown that terrorizes a on Halloween. It's only out in select theaters right now, but fans are already tweeting their reactions. Some saying it's so brutal and gory, they're vomiting, and in some cases passing out during screenings. A producer even tweeted a warning following several incidents that required hospital visits. Monica Ricks, CBS.
Traffic check coming your way in 4 minutes. 405 south through Orange County. Couple of closures. It's 11:41.
Get with it, Glendale. Listen to KNX News 97.1 FM every day.
Every year, we say we'll wake up earlier, exercise more, really rest, and eat healthy. For us, but for dogs, not so much. Dogs are up at dawn, run for fun, sleep like champs, and they love eating fresh, healthy food every single meal. Give your dog another healthy habit. Real, fresh food from the Farmer's Dog. Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/radio.
It's coming Friday night, February 17th to the SAP Center. Group presents one of the biggest Valentine's Super Love Jam concerts ever, starring the legendary Isley Brothers.